Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Empower Her. My name is Natasha Sheppard, and I'm a member of First Fruits Community Church, where my pastor is Pastor Abraham Bellinger and his wife, Lady Ty Bellinger. I would like to give honor and thanks to Minister Cooper, who is the director of this program. But first, I want to give honor to God, who's the head of my life, and I also would like to give honor to my husband, Kevin Sheppard. Today, I would like to bring forth the story of Mary and Martha, as I feel like it's a story that relates so beautifully to women and how we move into even in today's society sometimes, and how we as women can become more aligned with Christ in our day, so that we do not experience the frustrations and anxieties of today's world. The story is found in Luke 10 chapter verses 38 to 42. And it reads, As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, You are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. Amen. So as you see, Jesus comes to visit Mary and Martha. Martha, as most of us as women would do, if we knew that a guest was coming, prepared, was getting the house ready, was fixing the food, I'm sure, cleaning the house, preparing the table, making sure that everything was perfect. And as women, we do that. When we know that we're having a guest or company over, we would do that. And which is nothing wrong with that. That's not a sin. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But Mary, on the other end, I assume she's the younger sister. I don't know that, but Mary chose when Jesus came to sit at his feet and listen to what he had to say, and maybe ask him questions, and maybe even get direction or instructions on things. And Martha, busying in the kitchen or wherever she was, felt frustrated, felt like, why is she sitting there not doing anything? Like, if we be honest, I think a lot of us would probably feel too. And so what she does, she asks Jesus to really get on Mary and say, hey, make her help me. But Jesus didn't do that. In fact, what he did, he told her, like, look, you know, he acknowledged her feelings and said, you know what, I see that you're frustrated. I see that you're burnt out, worried, and you've chosen many things to do, but none of them are really necessary. He's basically saying it's not that it's a sin or anything like that, but if you had chose to spit at my feet, it would have been just as fine, because Jesus wasn't concerned about all the other things. And I think that's important as women, that we sometimes take on responsibilities that sometimes not even necessary. It's just our preference, and we get frustrated when other people don't help us the way we think they should, or we frustrate ourselves with taking on too much, whether it's through our jobs, even through church. Sometimes you can take on too much. Not that church is a bad thing, but you need to seek God first, and what is it that he wants you to do, to be aligned with him first and foremost, so you don't have frustration, so you don't have burnout, so you don't have anxiety. And that's where I think a lot of us women are misaligned. We take on the responsibilities. We want to do everything. We want to be superwoman, as they say. But Jesus doesn't require us to be superwoman. He's already been, if you want to call it, our Superman, that we don't have to be a superwoman. He's done it all for us. All we have to do is seek him first, and all these other things can be added. We need to go to him and make him the priority, and ask him for the order, and ask him for him to order our steps in our day. And when we do that, our day is better. Not that we won't have things not happen to us, but it's better. Martha didn't do anything wrong again, but she didn't choose the better. Mary chose the better of all the things to do. So as women of today, I would say, let's focus on being a Mary first and then a Martha. So, not that Martha did anything wrong, but Mary chose the better of the two, as Jesus said. And us spending time with God is never the wrong thing to do. And leaving some dishes in the sink, or maybe not everything being quite as perfect, it's okay, he's saying. That we don't have to be concerned about all those things, because first, be concerned more about spending time with him, being in his presence, and everything else will work itself out. So I hope I encourage you today as a woman to take pleasure in sitting at his feet. So if you're ever in the Somerville area and want to visit a church, please come visit us at First Fruits Community Church. We are located at 215 Azalea Boulevard. And again, our Pastor Abraham Bellinger. We're in Cinema 15 at the Regal Cinema Theater. And if you forget all of that, just come to the movie theater and there'll be people and signs to direct you to where you need to be. And we would love to have you, because we're all about loving God and loving people. God bless. Until next time.